Thank you, Minister, for gracing our event with your presence. To Gavin, our CEO, fellow board members, members of the RFA, welcome to our convention. I thought that today I should talk about the purpose of this convention and potentially explain in my own mind as to why we are here. So today is the 27th of May, 2023. On this day, in 1941, the Royal British Navy defeated the Bismarck. What's the Bismarck? This happened 82 years ago. So the Bismarck was one of the two biggest warships built by Germany during World War II. It was feared because it was big, it was fast for a ship of its size, and it had the weaponry to take out aircraft at long distances. It could take out mid-sized destroyers, and no other ship at that point in time could stand on its way. So the Bismarck was spotted entering the Atlantic at about 10 o'clock on the 26th of May, 1941. Just like our conference, the attack on the Bismarck started on the 26th of May, believe it or not. At around 2 o'clock that day, the 26th, 15 torpedoes. Torpedoes were these small aircrafts. 15 of them were sent to challenge it. They went. The weather was not so great. True to the capabilities of the Bismarck, it took some of them out and some of them crashed. Just before 9 o'clock that evening, second wave of torpedoes went after it. When they went after it, the plan at that point in time was to weaken it, not to necessarily destroy it, because they knew that no element of the British Royal Navy could on its own defeat the Bismarck. The second wave of attack was partially successful. These torpedoes on their own, as small as they were able to hit the rudder of the Bismarck, which made it impossible for it to turn as quickly, which also weakened its capability to attack mid-size destroyers. Around about 2 o'clock, early hours of the morning, the destroyers joined in the battle. They took advantage of the fact that the torpedoes had caused some damage to the Bismarck. What's interesting about this story is that the author describes the role of the destroyers as not necessarily to also sink the Bismarck, but to harass it. They wanted to make sure that the crew in the Bismarck did not have the ability and the time to repair the damages. They wanted to tire them out. So all of these mid-sized destroyers went after the Bismarck, harassed it, but it was still taking them out because it was a massive, massive thing. It was a big ship. It was feared. True to the Bismarck, it survived that attack. Early hours of the morning, at around 8 o'clock, King George V and warship Rodney, big warships of the British Royal Navy, entered the fray. And collectively, at about 10 o'clock, they were able to sink the Bismarck. Interesting story here. The Bismarck of our time has entered our shores. It manifests itself, as you may know, in high fuel prices, high diesel prices, difficult operating environment, attacks on our trucks, load shedding, impacting the ability of our customers to operate. These are some of the difficulties that we are facing as a sector. So the RFA is an institution which is constituted by small operators, mid-sized operators, and very big ones. How we function as an organization: we have a board, we have board subcommittees, but more importantly, we have interest groups. These are all the structures that we've put in place to enable us as a sector to confront the challenges that we face today. I know small operators that have not survived the attack by our Bismarck. I know small operators as well that have had to recapitalize their businesses with their own personal savings just to survive. I know big businesses that have been fragmented, that have had to restructure their operations for no reason other than to cope. However, as it happened in 1941, I call upon you to participate in shaping our battle plan. And not only shape it, but be engaged, actively participate, because we need to stand our ground. As we always say, without trucks, South Africa stops. It's important that we understand that we're responsible for about 80% of all cargo that moves in the country. Without us, and without this sector, South Africa will indeed stop. So, after all of that, I suspect that you now understand why we're here. It's normal in times like this to look outside ourselves to try and find solutions. We want to call upon others to come and deal with our challenges on our behalf. Unfortunately, as Barack Obama said, change will not come if we wait for some other person or another time. We are the change that we've been waiting for. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. Welcome to our convention. Each and every one of you be engaged. You now know why you're here. Thank you.